Hello, this is day 4 for the weigh-in. There'll be a link down in the description that you can click to if you're just interested in seeing that. But right now, I'm going to talk about how I've been feeling so far. In regards to hunger, I actually have not been feeling hungry. I had like a spate of it yesterday night. Last night, I was just sitting down and I didn't necessarily feel hungry, even want to eat, but I heard my stomach rumbling, and it rumbled hard for about 2 to 3 minutes straight. I guess that was it. And it was just it was a bit strange or different. I'm used to receiving like much more. Well, this has been the most mild extended fast I've done so far. I'm used to having much more pronounced effects for the fast, and this is a bit different, but it's nice. It's very nice. I'm enjoying it. This is also the first time that I supplemented in any sort of way on a prolonged fast. Before, it's just been water or just been snake juice, water with electrolytes in it, and that's it. But this, with the extra supplementing, it's been helping. But I'm going to change a bit of that, and I'll talk about that a bit later in the video. You can jump down in the description if you want to get straight to that. But yeah, on this fast so far, my discipline, as you see, I already have the failed video, the failed start in the beginning. So that was very poorly disciplined at that part. But I feel that it's stronger now, and it's mainly due to not feeling hungry, not feeling a real need to eat. And personally, honestly, I'm loving it. I'm loving it completely. I have no reason not to like it. So I get to sit around here and not have to worry about what to eat or cook. I'm only feeding my daughter. And that's it. I'm not really feeling hungry to the point of where I'm stealing food or running out to buy more stuff or whatever. I'm fine. This is great. And this is day 4. Normally by now things would be a bit different, but what is different this time around? I'm starting to get acne on my face. That's why I was up a bit more before. And sorry, I'm recording this video in 1080p 60 instead of 4K 60 because my phone can only record 4K 60 for 5 minutes. So sorry, in 4K 30 it could go quite a bit longer, but I figured, let me try recording at 60 frames per second while I can. People are getting high refresh rate phones. Let them enjoy things. They're getting high refresh rate TVs as well. So, yeah. But yeah, this acne is definitely different. I noticed it yesterday morning when I was brushing my teeth, and it surprised me. This has never happened in any other fast that I'd gone on before ever. And I was a little bit worried. I was worried that maybe something from one of my supplements caused an issue, or maybe I was doing something wrong. But you're going to see in the vitals check, everything is going right. It's going very right. Yesterday's vitals check was great. Today's is even better. But yeah, I looked it up and I saw that, okay, this is actually a common thing that I just had not been experiencing in the past. Where, if you're prone to breakouts, which I am sometimes, you can get them. You're not definitely going to get them, as previously I've never got into before, with my longest standing fast being 9 days. But yeah, I got it, and it doesn't hurt or anything. It says it's supposed to clear up within a few days. Since your body is removing toxins during the fast, it's going to send it out in all ways. A lot of your fat and other things through your breath via CO2 breakdown. Your pee, your poop, urine and feces, and then through your skin. So I'm like, okay, I did not expect this, but hey, I can accept this if it really is temporary. If it's not, I'll become a little concerned, but for now, I'm fine. But now, let me talk to you a bit more about my past fast. So, I stumbled upon intermittent fasting without knowing what it was or even intending to do so over a decade ago when I used to work for AT&T. And even when I did it then, the most intentional thing was just I didn't want to eat at work because I got tired of eating at work. I wanted to use my lunch break to spend time on the internet because I needed something to help me to recharge and reset while I was at work so I can stand doing the job for a full day. I worked in a DSL call center in downtown Detroit, and I enjoyed the work itself, and I made a few good friends there, or at least, not really friends. I would say I consider friendship and labeling somebody as a friend to be a much higher thing. So I would say I made a lot of good associates then. I no longer have most of them in my life now, but I was mostly content with them then. But basically, to get back on point, I would I would walk to work or take the bus to work every day, walk up the stairs to my job, and just drink water throughout the day. I mean, in the beginning I did, and I would bring my own food to work, but about a year or so at the job, and I was there for 2.5 years, I started the whole walking regimen up and down the steps, and I started to just not eat at work. I was like, I can wait until I get home to eat, because I didn't want to carry stuff in my hands. Like, I'm lazy. I'm a very lazy person. And, I will do things, what I say is the right lazy way, where I would not want to do something, but I would want to do something in the most correct, most right way, so that I don't have to do more later. So pretty much do it right the first time so that you don't have to do it again later. So not bringing, my food to work, my lunches to work. I mean, because I moved to downtown Detroit at that point, it was only a 13-minute and I think like 20 something second walk. Like, I had it perfectly timed from the exact second from when I locked my door to when I would make it to my seat. I knew exactly how long it would take every day. The number was high in the beginning, but it dropped down to about 12 or 13 so minutes and seconds. I used to know the exact number. It's been over a decade. I don't remember it. Sue me. Well, don't sue me. I don't have money. Please don't sue me. I don't have money. But yeah, so I had a 54-ounce water bottle that I had bought from Walmart. And, it was good. It didn't keep the water cold throughout the day. I suppose you're not supposed to be drinking cold water since it shots the inside of your body. I know that, but I still enjoy it. Maybe I'll learn to not be dumb someday. I don't know. But, yeah, I was working 9-hour shifts. And pretty much, since in the morning I would either skip breakfast, or my breakfast would only be half a grapefruit and some green tea, or sometimes a whole grapefruit and a cup of green tea. I was pretty much at a severe calorie restriction, or practically in a fasted state, since I had to use whatever energy that grapefruit gave me in the morning on a walk to work, and walking up 12 flights of stairs to go up 6 floors. So if that didn't burn it, I mean, I stood at my desk throughout the day. Something had to burn it out. That was when I lost a lot of weight. I mean, I was in the between 380s to the low 400s in the beginning. I forgot the exact amount there, but I got to as low as 270 just by going to work. I wasn't doing any extra exercise until I got into riding my bike, and then I rode my bike just to go places as transportation, not for just leisure activity or for exercise. But yeah, so that's how AT&T helped me out. Just got me to be lazy in the right way, in a sense. Wait until I got home to eat. And my dad was very different, and I understand how it worked and why it worked back then. But moving on now, because I'll go into AT&T in a much more in-depth video later on during my prolonged fast here of 30 days. My next attempt at a fast was, my first direct attempt at a fast, and it was an extended fast. I tried to go really deep, was with the Master Cleanse, and I tried to do that in I think 2014. I found out about it while I worked at AT&T, but I didn't think to do it because I just kept hearing people say, "Oh, you doing a spicy lemonade? You doing a spicy lemonade?" And I'm like, that sounds awful. But then 2014, different job, different place in life. I was like, you know what? Let me try this. They said you do it for 10 days and your body's cleansed. And then I just looked at the sites, and it looked like a lot of pseudoscience. I'm like, people are saying that they're doing it, and there were a few people at my job that I saw their results in person. Like, I'm going to give it a shot. And the way that worked was, I tried it like 2 or 3 times, but the very first time I did it, it only lasted 6 days. And really, you could say it only lasted like 5 days, because in the middle of the first day, because I was doing it with my girlfriend / fiance at the time, I love lasagna. She made that as my last meal. There was a small piece left, and we just threw it away. I'm sad. Very sorry to say this, but embarrassed to say this, but I jumped right into the garbage can and ate that shit the next day. Like, in the middle of day one, I just dumped in there. I ate that little piece, and then I kept going. And she was feeling bad because she wasn't able to keep to the fast, and I had to admit to her what I did, but I did it like 3 days in from that point, unfortunately. Definitely apologize to her big time, but I was able to keep going longer than her. But she's diabetic. She's a type 2 diabetic. It's much more difficult for her to do such a thing. It's not impossible, but due to the medications that she's on and just other things that are going on with her hormone balance and being a woman at the same time, since there's a lot of things going on with your hormones that they don't probably account for in every study or in trying to figure out things. There's definitely some great ones out there, but I know that it's not done I know that you're not accounted for as well as you could be. And with her being a black woman as well, it was just, we didn't know at the time exactly what would work best for her. She made it 4 days. And I'm very proud of her for doing those 4 days. We aren't together anymore, so I'm not saying this to gain points or anything. It's just I respect her, and she's also the mother of my kids, and she did a great job. So I like what she did, and I respect her for it. But yeah, the other times with the master cleanse, I eventually made it up to 9 days one time instead of the full 10, I believe they want you to do. Or was it 14? I forgot. But I actually ended up acquiring their drink as something that I like. It's a bit too expensive for my taste to make since I use real maple syrup for it, not maple flavored syrup, but I like it. And even without the syrup, it's pretty decent. Putting in water, cayenne pepper, lemon juice, and then of course the fourth ingredient you could get in maple syrup. It worked out, but I just don't do it. I have access to better tools now and better things that I can be doing. So after that, because I tried that off and on in 14 and 15, I started researching intermittent fasting. Like I found Dr. Burt's videos back in like 2015 and clean and healthy keto. But I started off with a dirty keto, like wasn't able to afford all the ingredients at the same time. And my girlfriend at the time / fiance, she was getting into meal prepping. So we tried to combine the two, and due to work, I was like, okay, let me just wait till I get home again. And that's how it worked. And a few times we actually went OMAD without even knowing what OMAD was, and not intentional. That's just how the days worked, and that was, I would call it a happy accident when it happened. So it helped get me down to around a normal weight of 380, and to backtrack a little bit, after I left AT&T, I gained a lot of weight. Like I spent money on pizza multiple times a day. Domino's had this great get 2 medium pizzas for $5.99 each, and it was on the corner next to my apartment building. So I went crazy on it, and then I stopped, being active as much, and then I was in a very depressed state at that time. But I had blown back up again, and it was to the point where I could not play Wii Fit anymore. That's how fat I had gotten. But getting back to the intermittent fasting, I tried it off and on. Sometimes I would binge when I quit, or sometimes I would just eat a level that only maintained my weight within a few pounds of wherever I dropped to. Till eventually I just got really lazy in 2018 or 2017 to the point where I couldn't walk those 2 blocks to work. So that's when I got back on it again. And that was around the time I hit my max of about 427 pounds and got down to 380. I was like, okay, I can walk again, and just kind of got lazy with it. And over the past last year, I got down to like 350 something. And I'm at 340 something right now. You'll see later on in the video. It was 347.2. But yeah, I'm not going to be looking at that this time while it's recording. So I am planning some adjustments to this fast. First off, I'm replacing my multivitamins. I mean, they worked out good for me when I first used them. When I first started using them years ago, I felt the effects and it helped give me the boost of energy that I needed, so as the change in my body that I needed. But there are a lot of synthetic vitamins in it, and I know that there are only going to be a limit on what I can do. I've known about Wholefood vitamins for years, but I figure, it worked. Why not? But since I'm not going to a doctor and I have limited equipment, I need to give myself every possible advantage that I can get. I found a very good multivitamin that is whole food based on Amazon. I love the reviews. I looked at all the ingredients. I'm like, you know what? I love this. I'm going to get it. And I'm not getting it right away. I'm going to get it maybe in another week or 2. There's other things I have to order first. But yeah, I'm going to use the rest of the pills for the ones I'm using now, or at least until I'm able to get the other one. And aside from replacing my vitamins, I'm going to consider adding 6 to 8 ounces of chicory to my fast every day. Like, just chicory in a drink, like, you can brew it like coffee. Just take 6 to 8 ounces of that for its blood pressure controlling effects and blood sugar lowering effects. yeah, it's not too bad of a taste. I'm already used to taking it, and it's gonna work out pretty well. I'm looking forward to it. But not looking forward to like, yes, I can't wait to drink it. Just okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna drink it. Yeah. So in addition to replace, in addition to adding chicory, I'm also gonna be adding Brewers yeast. Now I know in previous videos I said I was looking at nutritional yeast, but it's difficult to find nutritional yeast in a good acceptable form that hasn't been fortified in tablet form. That's not too expensive. Dr. Berg has a good product out there. I just don't want to pay $30 for it. I don't. It's just for a month's supply. I found a decent enough Brewers yeast, and it does have synthetic B12 added to it. Unfortunately, couldn't find a good one without it in there at the price point I wanted to. So I'm accepting that one caveat, since the Wholefood vitamin I believe has B12 added to it from a whole food source. If not, I know how to get B12 from a whole food source. But basically, yeah. I'm using Brewers yeast. It still has the full, complete amino acid profile. So that has a great thing going for it. It also has minerals added to it. So it has just a very small amount of electrolytes from it. I believe zinc, and I forgot zinc, selenium, and something else is in it as well. So those are nice additions. I believe it only cost me like $13, so it should be here in a day or two. And I was looking at yeast because of the study on the guy that fasted for 382 days, and they just had him on a multivitamin. They just had on a multivitamin, a yeast, and I believe electrolytes. Electrolytes and water. I forgot the third one. I looked into this a lot. I'll probably gonna put a picture up here in the video, maybe not, but yeah. So he did on that minimal amount. I'm doing more things than he did to be safer because I don't have complete supervision. But yeah, aside from that, I'm also gonna start making lemon water regularly. Like, I've taken lemon water once, and I do it the way that Dr. Bird showed me. A few other YouTubers show it as well, where you have water, you have a tablespoon or two of lemon juice, and a tablespoon of cider. Well, pretty much my recipe is 24 ounces of 24 ounces of plain seltzer water combined with 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar with the mother. I don't put any sweetener in it. I'm used to it. I'm used to drinking it. It tastes great. I'm gonna make them in 16-ounce glass bottles that I have here. So that'll be 16-ounce bottles that I have here. The dilution rate is going to change a bit based on how I do it, but I'm going to actually show that in a future video when I make it. After that, so the next time, I'm looking at the video notes here. So after day 10, after I do my day 10 weigh-in, the day after day 10, I'm removing 3 of my supplements from my fast permanently. First thing I'm removing is the cod liver oil pill. It only has 10 calories. It has good DHA, I believe EHA or whatever in it. And it is a very good high quality source pill, but I probably don't need it now, but I'm just going the extra week with it just to be safe. But it's giving me, I believe it's helping with my vitamin D intake as well as other things, but I'm going to go without it after that point. The Wholefood vitamin is going to help out as well as all this fat you see here. Let's see. In addition to that, I'm going to start taking the CoQ10 pill. The Wholefood multivitamin I'm switching to is going to have some in there, but it's a very small amount. Like the pills I'm taking now, if you take a full dosage, it gives you 100 milligrams of CoQ10. The multivitamin I'm taking, it gives you 425 micrograms. To convert that to a milligram, it would be 0.425 milligrams. But the reason I'm practically going without it at that point is you need to have some oxidative stress on your body while you're fasting. So my body needs to learn how to better regulate itself, how to manage its blood pressure and blood sugar. So while I'm going to be taking things to help out with it, I'm going to minimize how much external help I'm giving. Eventually I may cut out some other things where possible, but yeah, I'm dropping that. And I'm also dropping the nitric oxide. Once again, that was already planned. My body needs to learn how to get my blood pumping while I move around throughout my day and exercise. So coming up now, it's going to be the vitals and the measurements, okay? So as you see, I'm not going to talk about the numbers you see on the screen there directly. Instead, I'm just going to talk about other things I wanted to check and measure here. You can see the numbers on the screen. So I'm sorry for the people that are just listening to this instead of watching, but you need to look on now to be able to see the weight. I believe it's 347, whatever. I always make, the clip, I forgot it, whatever the card or picture is that you see for the video, my weight for these videos. But yeah, pretty much in the beginning, I wanted to get the Withings Body Plus for its EKG, and they also got a cool watch that has that feature as well. But because they didn't get approved anywhere where they released this in the EU or the US, the feature had to be turned off and it was blocked. Now the European version of it has had that feature restored to it, but the FDA has not decided to re-implement that feature in the US. They said that they're still looking into it. I should have bought the Body Plus, but I was like, no, I bought the regular, the Body Plus EKG. I bought the one right below that from Withings, because I do like to have my body fat and stuff checked, and I already had a body fat scale available, but this one is better quality, better tested. But yeah, I need to find another way to check for EKG and heart stuff. I do have a stethoscope, but I'm not a doctor. Anything that can help automate it a bit with just something with a better check would be wonderful. But there are other options out there. I mean, I could import one and lie about my location or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. There are plenty of other devices from other manufacturers that do work. So I'm going to look into those and order one soon, hopefully. But aside from that, my fast started much earlier than I originally planned because, frankly, I just stopped feeling hungry. Like, I was eating down all the food I had left in the house specifically for myself here. And what I did is I saved the best whole foods for the end. So I had mostly some good, fish, salmon, and good high quality eggs at the end there, as well as my no pasta salad, which is just a mix of so many different vegetables, and apple cider vinegar, real olive oil, and an Italian seasoning mix that I make myself, as well as Parmesan, and I think I used Kobe Jack cheese the last time. This is a very, very good keto dish. It tastes great. It's wonderful. It's one of my most favorite things to eat ever. I keep it in rotation almost all the time. But yeah, so pretty much I was super low carb at the end there. So my hunger was going away. I was pretty much making myself eat the last 2 days at a specific time in the day, just so I can get through the food before it would expire without overstuffing myself. I only had that one bad day when I was working on my daughter's food because, when I make her chicken tenderloins, we have these little bits that just fall off the chicken sometimes, and I see those, and that's usually my chicken. I usually just eat the little bits, and so I just did that without thinking, and that triggered me to go a bit nuts. So keeping her, I'm not going to take those out of rotation, but instead I'm going to be more mindful when I handle them. I'm probably going to give her all the little bits whenever we cook a batch of it, so that I don't see them without thinking and just grab it again. But that's it. I've been good so far. And I'd like to thank everybody that stayed on and listened to this for so long. Thank you for all your time and patience. Have a blessed day. Get to you again next time.